Interstellar Sleep Archives presents The Listener Beneath the Snow. Welcome to the Interstellar Sleep Archives. I am the Archivist, an individual of no importance, a quiet traveler gathering bedtime stories from distant species, cultures, and civilizations across the galaxy in order to understand the hearts of those who dwell among the stars. Every culture teaches its children what matters most through stories told before sleep. Tales that reveal the hidden values of a civilization. Some stories teach patience, some teach honor, others teach the quiet secrets of survival. Each night, the archivist opens another record from the Interstellar Sleep Archives. Tonight's entry comes from the Hirogen, nomadic hunters known across the Delta Quadrant for their relentless and legendary hunts. Among their people, the hunt is more than survival. It is tradition, identity, and a measure of one's character. Strength, patience, and understanding are all tested in the pursuit of worthy prey. Yet among the stories told to Hirogen children, there is one tale that reminds them that true strength is not found in speed or power alone. This is the story their elders tell the young ones beneath unfamiliar constellations. Archive record, Delta Quadrant cultural narratives. Species, Hirogen. Classification, Youth Instructional Story. Archive title, The Listener Beneath the Snow. Long ago, on a frozen world orbiting a pale blue sun, there lived a young Hirogen named Tarak. Tarak was tall for his age, he had a muscular build, his skin already toughened by the biting winds of the tundra, and his heart pounded with a singular desire to prove himself worthy of the clan. Each night he sat silently by the hearth, listening as the elders recounted epic tales of great hunters who had tracked powerful prey across scorching deserts, tangled jungles, and the silent void between the stars. He also heard the elders speak reverently about distinguished prey with intelligence, bravery, cunning, worthy prey. Tarak listened to the stories respectfully, but secretly believed prey should be praised because no creature could outrun or outsmart a skilled hunter for long. He watched the firelight glint across their trophies and dreamed of the day his own name would be spoken with such reverence. But Tarak had never hunted alone. He had always been a shadow following the experienced trackers. Tarak was ready to prove himself worthy of the clan. He had trained for many years. He understood his strength, his speed, the power of his swing, the accuracy of his strikes. Surely, he thought, the SnowRunner must be weak in comparison. One crisp winter morning, an elder approached him. His face carried ridges as deep as the canyons of their ancient homeworld. The elder looked into Tarak's eyes and saw the restless fire of youth. "You are ready," the elder said simply. He placed a hunting spear into Tarak's hands. Pride swelled inside the young hunter so strongly that he felt he might float away into the thin atmosphere. At last, Tarak had been given his first true hunt. His task was clear. He was to track a creature known as the SnowRunner. The SnowRunner was legendary, swift, clever, and capable of vanishing into white storms as though it were made of the wind itself. It was said the creature did not leave tracks in the snow so much as it left memories. The hunt had begun. For the first few hours, Tarak moved with the confidence of a conqueror. He found the marks of the SnowRunner quickly, fresh impressions leading deep into frozen valleys and silent forests of crystal ice. But the creature was fast, far faster than he had imagined. Every time Tarak believed he was gaining ground, the tracks suddenly vanished. By the end of the first day, frustration crept into his thoughts. "This creature is weak," he muttered to the cold air, recalling his earlier assumptions. "It runs because it is afraid. If I were stronger, or if my legs were faster, I would have already claimed my victory." He pushed himself harder, ignoring the ache in his muscles and the creeping frost on his armor. On the second day, the tracks continued across jagged cliffs that tore at his hands and across frozen rivers that groaned beneath his weight. Still, the SnowRunner remained just beyond his reach. By nightfall, Tarak was exhausted. The silence of the frozen world began to feel heavy around him. Then came the third day, and something inside the young hunter changed. Tarak stopped running. He slowed his breathing until it matched the rhythm of the wind. He stopped searching only for tracks and began listening to the world itself. The forest spoke in quiet sounds, the whisper of snow, the creak of frozen branches. Then he heard it, a soft crunch somewhere to his left. Tarak followed the sound, not with anger but with curiosity. Eventually he reached a small clearing surrounded by ancient frozen trees. There, beneath a gentle snowfall, stood the snow runner. It was smaller than he had imagined. Thin, fragile, almost invisible against the white landscape. Tarak raised his spear, his muscles prepared for the strike, but something stopped him. The creature did not flee. It did not tremble. Instead, the snow runner turned its head and looked at him. Its eyes were calm. In that silent gaze, Tarak suddenly understood something. The snow runner had led him across half the wilderness. It had shown him how to survive the mountain storms, how to cross dangerous rivers, and how to endure the endless cold. The creature was not weak. It was a master of its world. And by following it, Tarak had become a student of that mastery. Slowly, the young hunter lowered his spear. The snow runner blinked once, as if acknowledging him. Then it vanished into the swirling snow, disappearing as though it had never been there at all. That evening, Tarak returned to the camp. The elders waited beside the fire. One of them spoke. "Did you capture the snow runner?" Tarak looked at his empty hands. Then he looked up at the stars. Slowly, he shook his head. "No," Tarak said quietly. "I learned something instead." The elders nodded, for they knew Tarak had passed the most difficult test of all. A hunter who seeks only victory learns little of the world. But a hunter who learns to listen discovers the secrets of the stars. And so, beneath frozen skies on distant worlds, young Hirogen fall asleep remembering this lesson. Patience reveals truths the hurried mind can never see. The greatest hunters are not those who rush forward with the most power. They are those wise enough to understand the life around them. And sometimes, the greatest victory is choosing not to strike. This has been another entry from the Interstellar Sleep Archives. The archives contain many more stories from civilizations where children dream beneath very different skies. If you enjoyed tonight's record, consider subscribing so you do not miss the next story uncovered from the archive. And now, the archivist seeks your guidance. Which civilization should we explore